All right, so it's 9 o'clock, and just as we promised, Charlie, we brought our beautiful nutrition officer, Madam Anita Iriama. Uh, I say thank you so much to her because out of her busy schedule, I'm sure a Saturday night by this time, she should be relaxing and, taking some rest. So thank you again, Madam, and welcome back today too. So as we already noted, today we are just going to delve deep into diabetes and hypertension. I know for every home in Ghana, one way or the other, people might have a close relationship with this problem, diabetes and hypertension. When we are young, we seem not to really pay attention to this kind of topics. But when we get into the latter points or ages in our life, then they just crop in. So I hope at any point in time you'll be watching this live stream, you pay attention and learn, and from whichever advice that our expert would be giving us, I'm sure that you will learn something from it, you will impact it, teach others, and together we all will go healthy. Madam Anita, welcome on board tonight, and I will say the ball is in your court. Introduce yourself, and let's just keep things rolling.
Okay, thank you, Lord Caliber. Good evening to everyone that is watching us right now on Facebook. My name is Anita Eriama, like our brother introduced, and I'm the nutrition officer at Nego Adventist Memorial Hospital in Takrady. Okay. So today we're going to talk about diabetes and then hypertension. As we already gave you a teaser yesterday,
sure.
We're going to talk about the types, the causes, and then those who are at risk of getting diabetes and hypertension. And we're also going to add a little diet advice, as in
the solution part.
Yeah, thank you. So these are some of the things that we're going to discuss today. So I hope we will be glued to this set and then listen with rapt attention. And then after, if there's any question, you can throw it to us, and then we will try our best to give you the little help that we have.
All right. Anita, the first education you've given us, me personally, since yesterday, is the word Nigel. Charlie, for years, I've been saying Nigel. So, I'm really hearing the correct pronunciation of the word Nigel. So I'm sure people in Takrady would pick from this, and we would all start saying Nigel when it is Nigel. So thank you, salute to that. Before we get through, if you are in Takrady and you are in need of any foreign home goods, quality kitchenwares and toiletries, I recommend Fravi General Tradings for you. We also have Fravi Electrical. Check them out at Kufuadu Street, right after the Jemima Clinic. You can also call Fravi General Trading on 054-988-5272. If you want any natural soap for your skin, I recommend Asu Black Soap made with neem. Asu Black Soap made with neem. Reach out Asu Black Soap for your bulk purchases on 0248-699-858. And for all your fitness goals, to build muscles, to lose weight, to improve on your cardio, I recommend RegiFit for you if you're in Takrady and its environs and you want to exercise, go through some aerobic training. I recommend this great brother for you. Reach him out on 05410-841-84 or 026-1165-215. And exactly, if you want massage services, reach out to me, Bone Rehab Massage Clinic, for your rehabilitative massage services, for your home services, for all your back pain, your neck pain, all your body pains, anything that will help you stress, contact Bone Massage Clinic on 0277-677-8255. 814. If you want hand sanitizers afterwards, Alata seminar, wedding hat, and for your general parties and program deco, I recommend Elinor product and Elinor for you. Contact Elinor on 020-8899-818. If you are in Tama or any part of Ghana and you want any maritime transport services, oil and gas business, logistics, vessel handling, I recommend Ocean 57 for you. Ocean 57 is also located in Tama Community 12. Their number is 020-890-6903. Check them out and do business. My name is Lord Kaliba. We welcome back our sister Anita Iriama. Anita, diabetes, Charlie, diabetes. And now you need that. We know our grandmother somewhere, our grandfather somewhere, our uncle, our brother, our mothers and fathers. Maybe, God forbid, but maybe anybody watching us at a point in time in their life might come in contact with this problem. Diabetes, hypertension. What is diabetes?
Okay. Thanks for the question. When we say diabetes, and as the that is
Sometimes
mostly that is
consuming a lot of sugar or something.
A lot of sugar.
Yes.
Okay. You see, our fancies or our accounts will say Esichiyarba. And then we the English people, let's say the English people will say diabetes mellitus. So it's known as either diabetes mellitus or diabetes. We say it's a metabolic disease that causes high blood sugar in the blood. The hormone insulin moves sugar from the blood cell to be stored and used as an energy for the body. So with the diabetes, either your body doesn't make enough insulin or can't effectively use the insulin it makes, that's what the body produces. Okay, so simple and short, we say it is an excess of sugar in the blood, that is blood sugar. So when we say diabetes, let's say that's the simple way that I can say for people to understand. So let's bring it to the account. Like yesterday, either or produce energy, or you produce energy. Now the minimum money if you have either the onto me body need to me produce and also so producing pound to me find ye when you pay at the end of the day, ne bonde na nke bia out and also they be an no use no di anybody no tum di edwuma no onto me find ye dem try dem ma okamogeni. So that is the simple way I can explain for people who are watching now to understand it.
Okay, so before we go to the types and the causes, let's also check on hypertension.
Okay, so when we talk about the hypertension, we all know that is how the heart pumps the blood, or is commonly a condition where the long term of force of blood against your artery walls is high. So eventually that is when there is a heart problem or when the heart is in stress. So that is when we get the high blood pressure. So simply let's put it like that, and then or somebody will say when your systolic pressure is higher than 120 or your diastolic pressure is higher than 80. So let's put it like that.
So now that we know of the definitions now, Are there types? Are there categories of the diabetes or types of diabetes? Let's take the diabetes first, then we jump into the high blood pressure.
Okay, so when it comes to the diabetes, we have types. Just like you are
Okay.
saying it, we have types. We have the type 1, we have the type 2, and then we also have gestational diabetes. So for the
Oh,
type 2, mostly it deals with genetic factors. So let's say
okay.
if your family has a history of diabetes, your risk factor of you getting the diabetes, the type 1 is more, because mostly it deals with the genetic factors. And with the type 1, like the pancreas where the insulin is made, is unclear. So we don't really know the causes of this attack. But about 10% of people, when we take, let's say, 20% of group of people, 10% of them are prone to get the type 1 diabetes. And mostly it
Okay.
affects children and then teenagers, because most of it is caused by a genetic factor. And then
Hmm.
when we go to the type 2, part of it is the genetic, and then partly is also lifestyle, like what I said yesterday. Nti sɛ yɛmfa no dɛ sɛ obi wɔ type 2 na either there, your family has a history of the diabetes. So with a type 2, a little is part of the genetic factor, but mostly no, oh yeah, your lifestyle to me my type 2 no. Because if you have a family history of the diabetes, that's an ensure you don't eat well, you don't exercise, you are obese or overweight, that would be the risk factor of you getting the type 2. And then with the
Right.
gestational diabetes too, mostly it happens when women get pregnant. Okay. When you
During
take
pregnancy.
during pregnancy, that is the gestational diabetes. It happens because during pregnancy, there's high blood pressure from insulin blocking the hormones produced by the placenta. So if
Okay.
there's a blockage by the insulin produced by the placenta, the sugars are being stored more in the blood.
Hmm.
Okay, so it also happens, and it's not only when the person is pregnant that she can get there, but if you are also already a diabetic person, and then or a diabetic woman, and then you are pregnant, the diabetes will still be there. So that one, we will classify it as a gestational diabetes because you are pregnant. But if you're not pregnant, it's either you have the type 1 or the type 2.
Okay. Wow. Wow. So the type 1, I heard you made mention of kids, children. Do we have some like an age range for children who can acquire this the type 1?
Oh, not likely. But as I said, that the type 1, if you have a genetic factor,
Yeah.
um, studies have not really proven as to how the attacks comes. Okay, but we know that because that one is genetically, children get it more. So let's say as
Wow.
time goes on, let's say from I can give an example, like maybe from roughly 5 years and above, or maybe 10
Wow.
years and above. Okay, so if there are some tests that is being done and it shows that the blood sugars in the child's blood is too high, then it means genetically that child got it from either a sibling or a mom or a dad. That is, if any of them is having the diabetes.
Wow. Okay. Thank you very much for this clarification. So now let's also check on the hypertension.
Okay,
Are there
so
types?
I
Are there
wanted us to I
categories?
wanted us to finish with the diabetes, and then from there we move to the hypertension because we don't want to
Okay.
confuse our viewers.
Okay.
So
All right.
I'll continue with the symptoms. Okay, every disease has a signs and symptoms that shows that will make a person realize or know that okay, the madiori me or ya abɛdi mpo na yɛnya diabetes a ɔbɛyɛ wo ma ehu dɛ okay the madiori okay or diabetes and yɛmfa nhyɛ yɛn n'adwene mu nso dɛ when we educate people, like when there's a health talk or something, and onipa kono kodo okay, if you're uti pair wa or chede enya the madia, na the madia or chede there until you've gone to the hospital for them to do a test to see that okay, the madina you're suspecting it is there. You can't just sit in your house and say that okay, if miti and me or chedemia diabetes and I
Completely
me
right.
sorry and me or chedemia diabetes. No, it's not like that. But we have signs and symptoms that comes that will make you know that okay, if the madina, then let me go to the clinic, let me go to the health center to find out if truly mama can and mama no on an man. So we have signs and symptoms in diabetes. We have one to be frequent urination. We have one to be you'll be very thirsty. You can have blurred vision. Either when you're the bayo basa basa kakwa, a besan chin tentum.
Mm.
Yeah, or once a bunde on channel comredo, like a comedo in tentum, and then you'll be fatigued. Okay, ebebre
Wow.
or high de abre. Ebimpo enye hwe, but na de abre. And then we have another one to source that are not healing. Ebi a sebi ekru bi etu. Even the ekru no the way or no asaya but still na it is still there. No matter the medications you are applying on it, no matter the dressings you are doing in hospitals or clinics, still it is there. Nti sɛ ekuru na ɔkyerɛ them nso na sɛ if you have the other symptoms na ma body, that is the general symptoms ɔkɔ ma either the type 1, the type 2 or the gestational diabetes. Nti no mostly that is the way no. And then when we come to the causes no nso we have the
Right.
type 1 no, yeah, the type 1 no mostly genes play part as in medical care no mostly
Genetic, right.
genes, yeah, genetic, yeah, it's a genetic factor, so the genes play more part in it. But for the type 2 no, that is partly is the genetics and then partly is the lifestyle of
Lifestyle. Okay.
the individual, yeah. And then for the gestational diabetes too, that is the hormonal changes that goes on in a woman when she is pregnant. And sisan a ɔkɔ do wɔ besi a onyinsan. Ɛmu de yɛnyinsan a nneɛma bebree na ɔhɔ sesa wɔ yɛn nipadua nim. Nti if fantini bɛka dɛ awodi n'akyi like that's placenta. I don't know how to say it for you people to understand it really. There
We
wa
get you.
sure didn't know
Yeah.
but them no often like placenta so ono no obua nti no say if the man no produce the sugars no na say body no nipa ko ni body no either they already know or a diabetic person nti no e be a body no to me install when you in the cells to produce the energy na ono to me oho adwen ọma nipa ko no blood sugars na wọ ne nipadua nim no ọdọọso. Okay, so
Okay.
those are the causes. And then when we come to the risk factors of the type 1,
Diabetes.
those who are,
Okay.
yes, those who are higher risk for the type 1, like I said, children and then teenagers, they are more at risk of getting the type 1 because of the genetic factor. And then when you get to the type 2, no, so the type 2, no, you being overweight or old age or you are not physically active, maybe you don't eat late, you like foods that are more of refined sugars or refined carbohydrates, yeah, those things, no, because already now, your body cannot produce the insulin, or even if so produce ukrampa, won't mean fine. If you eat those things, you are not active ebi edidi na akwada enye any active way bia. So
yeah.
So those are also the risk way of those who are having the type 2. And then also with the gestational one, saying okay, it's your bandado, but you are not particular about your diet and so honestly to me on my issue no mojenim no then okosro. And then you are not also, because you are pregnant, maybe you feel lazy, so you don't exercise, you don't walk, you like sleeping more and then sitting more. Also can be
when you women are pregnant, it's Ramadan Dawson.
it's you don't know, but
and the cravings you have.
Yeah, your health too is important. So if you Eddie, it's at the end of the day to worry you and the baby inside you. Because you are eating and then doing everything for the child inside you. So you have to be healthy so that the child in you can also be healthy. Okay. So with the type 2, no, it's more of the diet and then the exercise. So those are the things that you have to do. You change your diets.
Okay, so let's hold on for the solution now. Now, solution in here at the latter part, when we understand everything, then we know what we have to do not to have that. But there's a question you are way through. Say, with the gestational diabetes, it's possible one will recover from it after birth.
Yeah, some recovers after birth. Some, not everybody. So it depends on. So sometimes, like I said, it depends on your diet too. Can also be a factor that will help it to go away when you give birth. But if you are already a diabetic person and then you get pregnant, you are already having it. So it's not going away, but rather you have to find a way of controlling it or managing it. Yes. But there are some people that they are not diabetic, but when they are pregnant and then their blood sugars becomes high after birth, because there is no placenta to produce the insulin more, the sugars goes down. Okay. But it doesn't go down immediately you've given birth. It takes some time. As no bian and in the way juma. Ebia me se miti pema how I'll go through the pain. Nya dem na obi fofo nso ono so be go through the pain. Some people can endure pain, some can't endure at all. Nti no osno bia na ni nipadua the way oti. Nti nya de bia ha we na ho na pow the blood sugars have gone down. But there are some things that you as an individual too you have to do, like with your diet, and then you taking your medications can also be a solution for the blood sugars to go down.
Okay. With being said, let's now delve into the type 2, because now we know that the type 1, one way or the other, we seem not to have control, right? But when it comes to the type 2, it seems we can lead ourselves there.
Yeah.
Ghana, the kind of food we have. Let's take a case study of a banker. Of course, Ejuma and apart, maybe by 7. Ejuma, God knows when. One diet, if you are now the man wage your face within a wage. Exactly. I know it happens.
Yeah.
How far does this affect people within this class?
Okay. With a type 2, it affects people a lot, because Ghana had your lifestyle be your hair can lifestyle or your lifestyle is not about the iguana polish. That is not what we are saying right now. Yeah. And lifestyle deals with there. If the major man, like let's take the bankers as an example, you know.
Right.
Sometimes he or she doesn't take his or her breakfast at home before going. So they take their breakfast to the workplace, they eat before they start working. So you be knowing there at that time, you know, if you start working now, a good meal, sometimes it's very difficult. So you have to train yourself in a way there. Even though a bit late kwampuna and your restaurants na nyo bebre wo kroma ye trade ban. The only thing and you will tell them what you want. I name there it is healthy for your body because in there you are not closing early to the house. And if you don't like buying food outside too, na edrufie. That's why fufu na osi one man pocho. Don't eat the fufu. Because it's a light soup, and at least that will sustain you to the next day. Taking more water, and you don't sleep just after taking the food or anything. You can maybe do a little walk on your compound kakra for maybe 15 to 30 minutes for the food to at least because the way most of us in age matter no I could read the nature so and hearing so now health so why because it's a fact send there because of health is not say if you ma the next moment no wala one way you put no do before a show it's the truth. It's
Right.
no more now. I think you will work on your health more. No matter the difficulty you are going through at work, you know, you would want to find a time to eat healthy before you continue working.
Great. The kind of foods we have in Ghana, you just made mention of one. Fufu and all that. I know my grandma, she still eats fufu at almost 90. Almost 90. She wouldn't miss her fufu for just even a day.
Okay.
The kind of food that you Ghana had, you know. Oboyana.
Oh,
from the yam to the rice, the bankus, you know what I mean? That regular cycle of food, you know. Is it a contributing factor only many into that zone of having the diabetes now?
Okay. Diet is also a contributing factor, but it can only be a contributing factor when you are not eating on time or you're not eating the right foods that your body needs. Okay, most of us know. Oh yeah, you feel there. With small fish be an unquantity be no day no. And as they are number brave with band no, that is not
But
it.
it's economy.
Yeah, I know, but you know, our health is important. So sometimes you have to adjust to something. Now I didn't put the end of but medis when made to me didn't Adam. That's just by the way. We have to work more on the high-end carbohydrate aspects. No, it will be less than our proteins and then our vegetables. No, will be more. Even the protein in a day, you find the meat another fish. The size of fish that a person should take the whole day now should be the size of a palm. Okay, so let's say if we divide it into two, at each food, you will decide on the size and find and find to Nendi. By the end of the day, you're either it is your meat or a fish that you are taking, or maybe poultry. It has to be the size of your palm. So you have to divide it into two and take half at a meal. Okay, it shouldn't be there be a phone now, the bank code ready. So the size of your meat kwampo should be like the matches box, not the big matches box, the small one. Okay, so because if the proteins are more in the body, so there too much of everything is bad.
Sure.
So the fact that we are saying you should take proteins, you should take vegetables, you should take this, you should take this. No. our animal health condition. So you have to know what to eat at the time that you are eating, and then the portion that you are eating. So with diabetes, mostly their meals, it deals with time, the quantity, and then the quality of the meal that you are taking. Nti I didn't when ediban na eridi na orukọ mu no, orukọ boa wa na ediban na eridi na orukọ mu no, abedi na oyebeye ama wo. Time na edi ridi no, oye ma body na na. It's not going to harm you health wise. If you are able to think about all these things now, anytime that you are taking something into the body, no, ebedwen ho ansa na ayeden edi. But what mama can say, because if yentumi nsɔre ne yenkeda okay, sɛbe nsu a wayɛ fi yɛkɔfa ne yɛ ano. Nti sɛ entumi mfa nsu fi ne ɛnom nso a, that same should go for the food that you are eating. Whether ediban wayɛ sɔkye kwan po no, ɛde ehu okay, ediban a ɔkɔ mi mu yi, ɔnkɔ ha me bia. Not only the people that have health conditions, but yɛn nso a yɛnni any health condition bia. Because if you don't take care of yourself, I don't know about you, diet or the we back diabetes. I'm not hypertensive. I don't have any other disease behind. So why can't I eat everything? No one is restricting you that don't eat this, don't eat that. Unless you are allergic or you can't tolerate that, your body cannot tolerate that food that you are taking inside. It might be an what and it is special. But when we are eating it, so I didn't okay. Yeah, that is the only thing now be buying. Because if you are able to eat well and then eat the right things, taking more fruits, taking more vegetables, taking a lot of water, cut down your red meat, taking lean meats, taking dry fish, the body no more.
Okay, into cutting out all those that you've mentioned, if somebody is to cut everything out, meaning there, if there's somebody who is on strictly plant-based diet, there's no possibility that them will develop diabetes or not.
No, it's diabetes with a type 2 numpono. So if you are able to watch your diet very, very well, it can even reduce the blood sugars in your blood drastically. Unless there you are not able to do it right, you are not doing it right. Or no, you have to take medication in addition. And we should remember that even when you are taking the medication, that with a type 1 like this, mostly they treat it with insulin.
Okay,
that is you inject the insulin into the body to reduce the blood sugars, and you add the diet too. But with too, no, you can make diet something that's each and every day you are eating well. You know that okay, the portions that you are taking into the body is what the body needs.
right.
Yeah. For example, maybe you are having fufu or maybe banku. With the fufu, fufu no is in small portion. You have a lot of soup on it. Your fish, kakwa, or dado, you are eating it. Okay, so you don't have to eat big at a certain like when you are eating at one time. No need kese, because they feel that okay, you don't want to be eating in the evening and another be. But I didn't there. That is the reason how we have breakfast, we have lunch, and then we have supper or dinner. Because the body needs a certain amount of food or calorie at a particular time.
Okay.
So edi breakfast, then time kakre begu, maybe around 10. That way you can take fruit as your snack, and then maybe 12 to 1, you can take your lunch. Then at least by 6, if you are a diabetic, roughly watch the 5:36 day, you are done with anything that is going inside the body.
Wow.
Because at this time now, the body is not able to break down the sugars in the blood. And then if you are diabetic too, you don't take fruit in the evenings because of the sugars in the fruits. Okay, your fruits behind any amount of sugars are so you eat your fruit either around 10 in the morning or maybe roughly 3 in the afternoon. That is, if you are not able to take it in the morning, what should I by 3 you should take your fruits. That is if you are a diabetic. So diabetics, or even if you are not a diabetic, Krampuna, fruits is not really taken in the evenings. It's taken as a snack, and snacks is eaten in the afternoon or in the mornings. So we
Wow,
don't take
this is
snacks in
a
the evenings.
this is a big revelation, even to me. Even to
Okay.
me, fruits are not to be taken at night, or some fruits.
Hello?
Yes, what I'm asking is, are fruits in general not to be taken at night, or some
Yeah.
fruits?
You know, some
Fruit in,
some have higher glycemic index. Like one sugars now, glycemic index simply means the sugars in fruits. It's a bit
okay.
more how one sugars no was show. So for us not to say that, okay, eat this, eat that, and you just take it to be on a safer side. Just eat it in the mornings or in the afternoons. That will help more because obi oha ekutu has a low glycemic index, but ekedonko de ekutu na ebi anu akɔfa ekutu no bɛyɛ 3, 4 na weedi n'enwumbere no. And let's near teams they say even if so a low cramp na say if it is 50% cra, you've eaten 2 oranges, each of them has 50%, 50%. Into 50%, 50%, wakwa 100 oh. And the another one
Right.
because obi ha on to me ndi ekutu 1 pe obenum be 5 at a sitting. Yeah. Ono at a sitting obenya obedi be 5. Into 5 no who there each of them no has amount of sugars, amount of sugar, amount of sugar. If it is pineapple that you are taking, pineapple has a glycemic index of I think 75 or so.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it's even, I think it's even more than that. Watermelon has 72%. So you see, if say I make a memo be ekutu na watermelon, or catch them the on pay kutu or watermelon because of feel the or you soon tino on your doko man. Hey, but on your nimu is more. So people like those who are having diabetes like this, we don't encourage them to eat pineapple or watermelon. Okay, but mostly we educate them, or when they come for diet plan like this, we ask them to, or we put them on the low glycemic index fruits ones for them to take. And even on kwampono, you have amounts or a size or the quantity you can take at a particular time. Okay, then you can go and eat kutu plenty at a go.
Okay.
No.
All right. So Anita, now
Yeah.
I think this is more for those who have the diabetes. Yeah, sure. Let's also look at people who are not diabetic. Let's take somebody like a banker, as we said earlier on. The person close to home, the person cannot eat any heavy food, but the person has probably banana and grass. And the person consumes this in granules around 8:30 or 9 p.m. around this time.
Yeah. The person can eat it, but it shouldn't be a habit of you taking it around that time every day. Okay. Banana is heavy. It's a heavy fruit. So you can even take banana without even eating. And you'll be full, very, very full. So it doesn't have to be a habit. You can even take it at the office before you get home. So by the time maybe do fina, it be a few the abre at that time, no, bimpo ha ediwe going to put mother. It's not. So even if you try to take it at the office, or like I said earlier, in your bikra and in your baby cry, their food is nice and healthy. You can buy some and then eat at the office before you even get to the house. Okay.
Okay. Inti yen you want to be in question. The most there. What type of fruits can a diabetic person take?
Okay, so the fruits that diabetic people can take, they can take orange, they can take banana, that's the local ones. And
Yeah.
then the orange, they are entitled to take 1 orange a day.
The whole day?
Yes. For the banana, they can take 2. That is the local one. They can also take coconuts. They can take pear, avocado. They can take apple. They can take grape. They can take I talked about coconuts, right? So
Yes,
they can take.
you made mention
We
of
have
coconut.
a fruit that is called apple pear. They can take it
Apple
too.
pear.
They can take guava. Okay.
Okay.
But a diabetic person can't take watermelon, can't take sugarcane, can't take pineapple, and then mango. Okay, so they can take pawpaw too, and then the pawpaw they take the ones that are mild, partially ripe. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we are no more din kakra. Or make it the may sound grow. No,
Grill.
they can take that one. On a campono, one slice be about 3 on a plate. Then you take it. So those are some of the fruits that a diabetic person can take.
Okay. So now let's get this junction. How deadly is diabetes? Is it a deadly disease or disorder? And how
Okay.
dangerous is diabetes?
It's a disease that to me personally, with the things that I see in my facility, I would say it is dangerous because it's like most people don't take it serious, but it's a serious disease. Because when you get diabetes, a lot of things changes in the body. You can have problem. You can even develop hypertension. You can even have a sight problem. You can have problem
Wow.
with your kidneys because of some of the drugs that they take, and then even you know the things that go on inside the bodies are a lot. So to me, I would say it's a serious issue that we don't have to joke about it. If you have the type 1, which is the genetic one, that one no, you can't do anything about it. It is there. So it's up to you to be taking your medications well, and then you eat well to aside that. But if you have a family history of the diabetes, and luckily for you, you are not born with it, the risk factors, that is the lifestyle, can lead you to getting it. So it's better you live your life well, as in you exercise. Most of us don't really get time for ourselves to exercise, you know. Obi oha obeke dey, oh, I'm slim, you know. I mean, I don't have any problem, but I don't know what is going on inside the body, because how many times na yemu binumpo we go on regular checkups. Shenya hena yekede, okay, every 6 months biano yenko check up, yenko sha yen body nim whether there is some changes.
Ghana.
Yes, we don't do that. Ghana, the mad in it, no coin. We don't do it.
Okay.
And
Anita, 2 things I don't want them to skip me, as I noted from your speech. I say, with the banana, you recommend the local one, right?
Yeah.
What about the other one? Yes, friend,
The foreign ones. That one, ni sugars no, it's high. Odoso.
Oh.
Yeah, but with the local one, no, it's lesser. Okay.
Okay.
So we encourage people or those living with diabetes to take the local ones more than but if you don't have the local one, maybe where you are when your local one, but you have the winner, you can only take on one pair in a day.
Okay.
Can take one, only one.
Okay.
But
And my
I
next one before
recommend
you
try the local one more.
Okay, so my next one that before you move on, those with the type 1, that is related to genetics, is there any way that they could also use exercising, going off plant-based diet, like changing their whole lifestyle? All my 1 year dependent on insulin.
Oh, okay. So like I said, that would depend on the individual, no? But mostly no, because of the genetic needs, no. Oh yeah, more na take the insulin. Okay. Okay, or better still, if the sugars go down drastically, maybe they can put you on a medication and then you add the plant-based diet to it to
Okay.
reduce the sugars. Yeah.
Okay. And with the type 2, is it possible that with a change of lifestyle, one can work their way out, totally not being diabetic anymore?
Yeah.
Is it
Yeah.
possible?
I already said that one. Yeah. So if you are able to do the plant-based diets more and very well, it can reduce the sugars drastically and you can even stop taking your medications.
Okay. Totally.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you have to be consistent with the things that you do. Not that I na why you wait to know AJ. So you stop the medication. So you think that okay, now you are free. So you obesana babag. So what you are doing at the query in time wa perform, you have to do that thing. Like you have to be consistent with it. You know, Ghanaians, you don't like consistency. Obi wɔ hɔ a ndɛ ɔyɛ ade no ɔkyena ɔbɛyɛ ade kyerɛ ɔyɛ ɔhu dɛ wayɛ okay kakra pɛ ade ko na ɔstart dɛ ɔreyɛ na ade no waba no
That's
you
what
because I feel that why you're okay, but it has to continue because the moment you stop, now problem no when you pay him now on my I don't to mean or produce insulin in power to me use no. Obesana the same thing, you know. So you have to be consistent with the things that you do when it comes to the exercising, eating light foods like small portions of fruits. Maybe you're obese, you are trying to reduce weight, taking in more water. Okay, maybe another may trend in Afado, and then the type 2 no is not there. Echo hospital, what's your blood sugars here? Okay, like you don't have any problem. So the doctor has stopped giving you medications. Also, and we have pre-diabetes stage 2. The pre-diabetic stage, no, ebi ha once in a while alcohol hospital be catch the ebi sugar no akosoro, but it is not enough for yebeke there yebe diagnose with the diabetes. Okay, nti if ekona what kind of would know is you are in a pre-diabetic stage, which means there and show who you can develop the type 2.
Wow.
Okay, into the demo say if they can ask you to go maybe see a nutritionist or maybe a dietitian to give you a diet plan. So if they give you that diet plan now, it is up to you. They do need to do ye. And if you do ye, the blood sugars will come down and develop now I can do a drugs plus diet plan or what they are on.
Great. Okay, so before we jump into the hypertension, the latter part, if you want to experience any tapping therapy, body therapy, check out Karma Capping Clinic. Dr. Salsa, on the last week, she was a first guest, a holistic healer. You can call her on 0244 316 if you need hand sanitizers afterwards, alata seminar, wedding hat, deco for your general parties and programs, I recommend Elino products for you. Call them on 020 8899 Hey, and if you want quality Ghanaian made shoes, I'm recommending my brother to you. Number one brother, man shoes. Kingsman Shoes. Check him out, Kingsman Shoes. Check him on Facebook and check out the serious work that he's doing. Call Kingsman Shoes on 0247 403980. If you have any oil and gas business that you want to do, logistics service, vessel handling, check out Ocean 57, Ocean 57. They are located at 13 Block Street, Community 12, in Tema, 020-890-6903. Check out also Pravi General Trading. The next two stores now, they are there. Check them for your foreign home goods, quality kitchenware, toiletries, and also check out their shop for Pravi Electrical. Call them on 054-988-5272. And so, if you need digital services, call this beautiful lady you are watching on screen, Anita Ariama. Madam, back to you. Hypertension. 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 You're doing there. What I don't know why. Wow. Definition of hypertension.
Okay.
How do we arrive at that stage? We are hypertension.
Okay, thank you. More minute there. So that my kind of chance, it's a long-term force of blood against your artery walls, and eventually, it starts causing health problems like maybe heart attacks and a stroke and any other thing.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah. So if the blood flow, in the nipebiano, emoja de fusan weyemu. Okay, it is through our arteries, and now we back at the infant offer like anybody.
Right.
It circulates from a shoulder cord. Them not circulate every day. So that is the work that the blood also does in our body. It is say if you find say arteries no let me use a choked gutter as an example. Say if gutter nimu ye choked na say the nsuguma it doesn't really go like on quantum.
Doesn't flow.
It doesn't flow well. But say but say if there is no rubbish or garbage in the gutter, when it goes faster. Okay. No contentem. Inti them na why there inti no one impedua na moja no fem no sorti. So the moment I am fan the inti ni mu be yefi no. Ebonde the way moja no akoma no obo pumpable akoma no yin say we know that is the heart that pumps the blood in the human body. So if so or pumping them or pump so it should pass through nim no on circulate weyemu. So if say or pump them na say if you be or honor on to me nkwa a bondo by force no the or the call. Into today the main example of a choked gutter na oju baby a bonde in sunum po to me pushing runner oju baby no aka no to me ko bi. Into the mina the hypertension, that is the simple way, and the way I bet then what I say. That's the simple way we can put it. So if the pressure now the pump blood, say if it is not really going through the artery walls very well, like eventually we will end up there will be some pressure on the heart, okay, because up it has to go. So it's not going. We need a quantity, but the means no yakopona boni peduendo then. Oh yeah. Okay. See, that is it.
That being said, great example with the gutter. What do we do that brings about all this rubbish and all this okay?
in the blood.
Yeah.
Okay. So the thing is, when we say that hypertension, no, when you call hospital, we all know that we have a machine that there's a cuff. I hope they na you be that. When the doctor or the nurse or the health worker starts pressing, and I will be crampona, we press it and then it is reading. That is the digital one. We have the manual and the digital one. So the manual one is the one that when we wrap, we ourselves will be holding something like a bulb, and then we will be pressing it to read the heartbeat. Okay, so we have the systolic and then we have the diastolic. So the systolic is the upper readings, the number that we have. So you see that after the doctor or the health worker attends to you, maybe he or she writes on a paper, maybe 120, then which a line, no, actually be 80 was say, and maybe actually be 140, which a dash, no, actually another figure was say. So the upper one is the systolic, that is the first pressure artery, or when the heart beats, that's the first pressure of a heartbeat that comes out. That's the first number or the baby out. And then the diastolic will be a command in between the numbers that you get, the beats that you get, that is the diastolic. Okay. And then you were asking of how it be at the choked gutters and choked arteries, or come about. We can only have those things. So we have the primary and then the secondary hypertension. With the primary one, there's some problem which is going on in the body. You don't really know, because with hypertension there's no actual way signs and symptoms okay, the might mean hypertension. One day boom, then you start having heart palpitations check weighing or so. And so it doesn't really help. Okay, this is the cause or chana the madi watch the pressure. So that is the primary one. Primary one, able no best starting some changes be about body, but any actions and any symptoms and signs be there's something blocking your arteries and other BB. So you wouldn't see it. And then so with the secondary one, that one it will happen when your hospital no check now what's the operation why then so and now so they your akumano a faint and now wakuma bo we film then trash no the wako kunya stroke and now so they kunya some heart condition be. No, what say no, Akuman is not in a good condition, and now your pressure is up. That one is the secondary aspect, because primary we don't see anything. So when it's or graduate to call them secondary aspects now, that is when you start having a little headache, kakra, when you are doing announce they be how till a pill the announce they be on chena abre kakana bene be wakumano obo kim. And then causes need be bit my stress on too much. If you are enjoying, you like stressing yourself a lot. You don't rest. Announce the another aspect too can be we not exercising. Another aspect can be dieting, so just like the ones in the diabetes.
Yeah.
So our diet too can be another way. And then risk factors need be your age. As time goes on, every year, and the normal system in peduanim. Minimum pay for especially from age 45 and above. There's a lot of things that set in. Because of pain being pain no cramp no cramp bit mama we show, and the more no them no so akoma no betum why then wakoso And then another one can be a family history of hypertension. It is if you have a family history of hypertension, either show who into no and the exercise jago, either the weight banding, stressing yourself too much, thinking, I don't dream baby, also to my own pressure so. And then some other health conditions also to my own pressure so. And then if you're an overweight person or an obese person, so also to me my in your hypertension, because if you are obese, they're not the arteries no maybe cholesterol way no widen or so. It's a one the artery walls no the moja no often move freely no because of angwa na ade na wade that the mu into no ebunde ontumi mfemu ye na my akoma no pump blood na ontumi mfemu ye nje fusa no woni pedua ni. So also can also be a risk factor. And then say you'll be so I be head in chin bebre edu guwe di banima tumma enya deme obibi or paid banana spices does won bebre. It can also be a contributing factor or if you don't take food that has a lot of potassium in it, it can also be, let's say if you're taking foods that has little potassium, also to me the way demi condition or the bar.
Now, potassium based foods on more here.
Okay, so the potassium foods may be a beans, and when it comes to our fruits like this, we have avocado, we have pawpaw, we have coconuts, we have banana, vegetables, and so we have beetroots. So mama na this spinach, boko boko, alefi, the minimum money no has lots of potassium in it. So when you take the potassium foods now, it brings out the fluids, the unwanted fluids in the body. There are some fluids that shouldn't stay in the body. Okay, that is why sometimes we sweat and then you there in so apado and now excuse me to you urinate ye swanchi no but out no, it brings out some of the sodium in our body. Senchini do so in peduanim bebra the unwanted fluids in it is being retained in the body. It's the more now the unwanted fluids no or retain your body no bit ha usabo, that is the kidney bit no. Okay, and idea who's there the moment how about kidney no hunsu no chede your life is under a threat because kidneys no on or day in your mafia on your winning peduanim no idea or the bar out. So if in your mobile be your house swanchi the night be your own swanchi na swanchi ni obi put car na swanchi the now be catch driver and them driver pocho jina na mnyem here because of ferrings no onye ebunde obehye no ha obedu fie no oye dem the bacteria there no put or multiply into no ebunde de bia na infections on board. Okay, so
but I've heard it over and over. They say when you're traveling for long journeys or you have a public attendance and you don't want to go be urinating here and there, you put cassava leaves inside your pocket. How true is that?
That one I don't know. I haven't done some before, so I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one, but I know that any fluid that is not wanted in the body has to come out. Okay, it has to come out for you to be free, to prevent you from any other health conditions. So yes, that is it. So the vegetables I mentioned and then the fruits, some of the fruits that I mentioned are some of the fruits that okay, so when you take those foods, you know, if you are one person that likes taking pawpaw or avocado or coconut water, you see that anytime that you urinate, like when you take coconut water, you'll be urinating a lot. So it will help bring out any unwanted fluids that is in the body. Okay.
All right. So now we have full understanding of our diabetes, hypertension, risk factors, the causes. Now we are gradually going to an end. If the diabetes and the hypertension they are present in one person, what happens? Even possible.
A lot, because with the diabetes, your blood sugars are up, and then with the hypertension too, you are always getting a readings of high blood pressures, which sometimes cannot even make you sleep, because the moment your pressures goes up, I wonder high into no sleep even becomes very difficult. And if you're not able to rest too, that is also another case. Okay, so for us not to get these two diseases together, because either hypertension, diabetes, is like they are twins. If you
Really?
get diabetes, the possibility of you getting hypertension is it's very high. That is, if you're sure who you are, you developing hypertension is very, very high. The same thing goes to hypertension too. If you are a hypertensive patient and you are not putting on a strict diet too, it can also, you can complicate things, and some of the complications can be stroke, can be kidney diseases, or maybe kidney stones, or heart failure, or consistent heart attacks. So those are some of the things that can complicate you too. And then with the hypertensive, we have the solution to be, we have a diet plan that we give them, that is called dash diet. So with that
That's
one,
right.
yeah, so with that one they take a lot of fruits. Lot of hypertensive patients are not really restricted to the types of fruits that they take, unless you are
Okay.
having the two diseases at the same time. But if you are not having it, you can take all the types of fruits that you want to take, but just that it should be in moderation. Okay, it shouldn't be like plenty, it should be in moderation. And then you take in a lot of veggies. Let's say like a plate of your food should be, half of it should be vegetables, half of your plate should be solely vegetables. And then
Vegetable.
you take in a lot of water. You have to rest when you are tired. If you feel stressed out, you have to find time for yourself and then rest. And then you take in at least 7 to 8 glasses or 8 sachets of water in a day, from morning to evening. It also helps. Yeah. And then people don't like taking water. Until sunshine be sunshine, but okay. And then you have to, one major thing too is exercise, whether
Exercise.
aerobics or walks or jumping jacks or any type of exercise, but not vigorous ones that will just make you tired, and at the end of the day you are not going to see any results. But the mild ones, at least some walks, depending on your age. If you are an energetic, like a youth, the exercise that you do is different from obi or your old, or any old age. Yeah.
Right.
So at your age, and you look at your strength to do some of the exercises that you can do. If any be a 50, 60, na hu dey be how be or 90 no huhura, ono nche da also kono ko huhuru. They are some people. So you have to also exercise a lot, and you have to cut down our fats. Okay.
Mm.
And one great band bebree no, it wouldn't help. Meat, red meat. It's also not helping. So lean meat like poultry, and then fish, dry fish, it can also help us. Okay, and then food that has a lot of salt, food that has a lot of sugars, food that has a lot of spices. Ebi wɔ hɔ odidi na moko no wanhyehyɛ n'anum paa ondi. But the more no no nso no, and ɛbɛhaahai nti no, it can also result to your pressure going up. So try at least if you are able to do it and do it well, it will help us. And then I always say there, you are what you eat, so it shouldn't be fake. You are what you eat, because every part of our body, represents most of the things that God created. Most of it, banana, most of our bodies. When you take our ear and you put mushroom, you cut it into two. Our ear resembles, it looks like mushroom. If you take our eyes, yes, that black thing that is there. When you cut carrots, okay, cut carrots round, the inside one, it looks like your eyes. The tomatoes that you eat, when you cut it into two, the lines in the tomatoes looks like our arteries. Okay. So our kidneys also looks like beans. So God created our body and then the foods that we eat, knowing the money, and when we take it into our body, it will help the body and then you grow. So you are what you eat. That is what I always tell my friends and then my clients. You are what you eat, so it shouldn't be fake. You have to eat well.
You shouldn't be fake. You are what you eat, or you are what you metabolize. Charlie, $1 billion information given to us all within an hour. Thank you so much for the time you've had to educate us on this critical subject. I know all the people that will take this information serious and abide by it would grow, not ending up with the diseases that we are all trying to avoid from. From the whole speech, what I'm hearing and learning from is to exercise, eat right, manage your stress, good water intake. I think these are some of the key points that I'm really taking from both the diabetes and the hypertension side. Meaning, if we can put all this into effect, aside the genetic side where we have no control, we can be saved to a certain level. So thank you so much for this insightful education. I'll be Eric, you see there, at the Bay Addition Day. Nama yes, no orator, no. Give you a program international one, so no, our issue international, more information. Nigel Hospital, Konakabisa, as you say, one nutrition officer, no, or you have a work friend, Madam Anita Oyama, and I'm sure she can really help you much more than she's even giving us tonight. So, Madam Anita, salute to you and thank you so much. Gracias and have a good night. Yes.
Thank you, thank you. Thanks to everyone that made time to watch us today. I shared the link on my status, and a lot of my friends, I know they are here watching and then listening to us. So thanks to everyone that took his or her time to watch us today. Me, Anita Riama, and then Lord Caliber. And I thank you so much. God bless you for watching. I'm sure this is not the first time that you'll be seeing us here.
No.
Another time we will come your way with more of the health issues. It's a bye from me now. Bye.
Thank you. So, God willing, next week, from all that we've learned from Madam Anita, next week, you know that we are really going to jump to another level where we are going to learn about stroke. Stroke is causing so much problems. Stroke is hurting so many families. Stroke is causing so much pain. Stroke is putting people out of business. Make time with us next week around the same time, 9 p.m. with me, Lord Caliber. And we have a physiotherapist, Madam Ella, who would also come and educate us on this key subject, being stroke. Let's learn the type of stroke. Let's learn how we can avoid it. Let's learn about the causes, the risk factors, and let's learn how to grow and live long being fit. As we all heard, exercise, exercise, exercise. So if you want to exercise, aerobics, you want to lose weight, you want to build muscle, you want to build on your cardio, I recommend one place for you. And the only brother I recommend to you is Reggie Fit. If you are in Takrade, wherever you are, check this brother out. And you can also reach out Reggie Fit on 054 108 4184 or 026 1165 I also recommend Fravi General Trading for you. If you are in need of any foreign home goods, quality kitchenwares, toiletries, check out Fravi General Goods. Call them on 054-988-5272. They are located right after the Jemima Hospital on the Ikuf Ado Street. Also, check Bone Ray Massage Clinic. We say we massage your stress away for all the stresses that you want to distress, for all the bodily pains, the neck pain, sitting for long hours. If you need massage, your home service, your office service, call Bone Ray Massage Clinic and we can definitely help you on 0277 677 814. For all your vessel handling, maritime transports, oil and gas businesses, logistics service, I recommend Ocean 57 for you. Call Ocean 57 on 020 890 6903 or check them out on www.ocean57.com or check them out at 13 Hamlock Street, Community 12 in Tema. My name is Lord Caliber, and I thank you for spending time to learn, spending time to watch. At any point in time when you meet this live stream and you watch, share it so that others would also learn from this educational bit. Same time next week, 9 p.m. Saturday. Hey, we say join us. Let's talk health. Lord Caliber. Kabe! We say Ane. Fire.